The sky is gray with dark clouds made from burning cities. The sun tries breaking through but barely gets a chance to shine. I'm walking amongst tall buildings, some broken down and some crumbling, and some just being started in their construction, but all of them abandoned. Each building is surrounded by high board fence, rickety and more of an invitation from danger than a deterrent to keep out. The roads and streets are filled with rubble and debris. Broken concrete and stacks of rotted wood are piled high, making small hills and travel difficult. There is nobody around but faint sounds of voices screaming in the distance. They are ordering people around while some cry out for their lives. I watch a small child walk by with a tattered blanket. She is dirty and scared. Her eyes search for some sign of security or comfort. I call out to her, but she cannot hear anything. She is in shock. I could feel that she was crying on the inside, but far too scared to let it show on the outside. I hear her mind calling out for her parents, but her mouth will not let anyone know she is around. I grow angry at a world that would cause such things in one so small and impressionable. The child wanders out of sight, and I weep inside. The sound of dogs barking and men charging come from behind me. I search for the child, but she is nowhere to be found, just hiding well, I think. My heart begins to beat, and I start to run. It is difficult at first. The concrete and piles of wood are so difficult to climb up, and just as difficult trying to get down. But they become fewer, and eventually I am able to run on smooth ground, having only to occasionally jump over smaller piles of debris. The sound of the dogs and men draw closer. My speed increases. It seems that the faster I run, the easier it is to jump over the obstacles. Eventually, I'm able to jump over the larger hills of junk. Finally, I was away from the city of destruction and running along a well-worn sidewalk, straight and narrow. I could no longer hear the dogs or men, but still felt the need to increase my speed. Soon I find myself running so fast that the world around me seems to slow right down. I'm running in slow motion to the point where I can lean forward and use my hands to further increase my velocity. Then I hear a voice inside telling me I have the strength to move the world around me. I did not understand this at first until I noticed that every time I placed my foot down in my run, the entire earth seemed, to me, stationary. I was still moving at an incredible speed, but instead of my running on this world, I was actually pushing it in its rotation. I was causing the planet to turn in its daily cycle of night and day. I was an immovable object in the universe, making this planet turn in its orbit around the sun. The world turned by my strength alone, and it was easy, effortless, and seemingly so natural, as though I had done it my whole life.